Dystopia tonight. Dystopia tonight.
What's up, Mr. John? How are you?
How you doing, dude? Good. I'm doing great, man. You seem excited as always.
You know it, man. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. I'm glad we got to reconnect and shit too, because I before we did that, I had no idea how you even started in this. Like, I always just thought you were the pumped up dude at my local gym. like always had a great attitude. Like, that's like why I even called in the first place. I was like, I fucking suck. I'm like, I got to get back into shape. Like, this is brutal. I'm going to call the best dude I know. So I was like, I'm going to get John involved. And then you just fucking broke it all down for me, man. So tell us just a little bit about how you started, dude.
Sure. So it all started, I would say, probably back in the 80s. I was...
Where all the good things start.
All good things in the 80s. Man. That's from music, Johnny. Music.
Yeah, dude.
Started from music.
The best.
So in the 80s, I was into sports. I played baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to start getting more into working out. You know, I was a baseball player. I played some local hockey at some pickup games, but never organized hockey, but organized baseball. And then wanted to start to get, a little bit, I guess, bigger, when we're 16, 17, you want to get jacked and do all the things. And you see, like, Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone's my idol. We'll talk about that later.
All right, cool.
My idol. I'll do some Rocky lines for you guys. So I wanted to get into shape. So I wanted to start working out. So I actually went to a local health club in my area. It was called Lifestyle Fitness Center. That became New York Sports Club. All right. And
we got our first comment.
Come on, college roommate.
Oh, nice.
Mr. Johnny Matei. What's up, baby?
Nice.
So
I love it. They're all coming in.
There you go. So started to, I went to this local gym and wanted to become a member. And there was this 6'4" monster. His name is Ken Carrier. Now, I'm a 16-year-old, maybe weighing 140 pounds.
Right.
Looking at this guy, John, going, oh, my God, this is very intimidating. So
he
signed me up. And then started working out. And then as I was going to school, I went to Seton Hall University, got my degree in psychology, and wanted to continue my master's degree. But I got into fitness. I actually started, I became certified, got my degree in personal training. And
so with psychology was something you were always interested in, kind of getting into people's head, like that kind of, like, what made you go for psychology in the beginning?
Like dealing with people. Like dealing with people, like helping people, John, too. Like at that age, like helping people.
Right. It shows.
So I wanted to do something, along the lines of, like you said, helping people and picking their brains apart.
Nice.
So as I was going to school, I worked, and I told you, became a trainer.
Yeah.
And then caught a lucky break. Now, Veronica Johnson, if you're watching this, hopefully you remember me. All right. Veronica Johnson, John, was a backup meteorologist for the Channel 7 Eyewitness News team.
Okay.
She was actually in the club that I joined, which was Lifestyle Fitness Center.
Right.
And we started talking. I started becoming her trainer. She wanted to hire me to, get her in shape and build a good relationship with her. And then next thing I know, Sam Champion, Bill Butel, if you guys are watching, what's up, guys? Remember me? Yeah, she took me into the city. I started actually working with Bill Butel, Sam Champion. But then the schooling stopped. The schooling stopped because I started getting really busy with my personal training. So that's how I started. And how did I end up at where I am now at KS Fitness? I've been there for 25 years, John.
Wow. So wait, let's go back to the Sam Champion thing, and then the schooling stopped and stuff like that. So when you were transitioning into going from, psychology to working out these, these major players in like their field and stuff like that, was it like, were your parents involved in that discussion? Was it just something you were like, listen, I'm making good money, I found another passion? Like, how did that play out?
Yeah, John, that was definitely tough. I mean, because I do regret not getting my master's degree.
Mhm.
I had 28 credits into my master's.
Oh, wow.
And I stopped. Yeah. But you know what,
Yeah.
John? I had the passion. I had the love for it. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed working with people and I really
Right.
enjoyed working, and helping people. And, I still use my psychology. But yeah, I mean, parents were involved. I don't think they were happy. They may be watching this podcast too. So if you are, yeah, I know you're going to say you should have got your master's, right? But
Every parent says that. Yeah.
right, Johnny? Right, Johnny? So it is what it is. And yeah, so it was a tough decision. But like I said, I mean, it was something I really liked and I wanted to pursue and,
Yeah.
make a career out of it.
And that's cool. And you felt strongly enough about it to do it on your own. You know what I mean? And you were just like, listen, this is what I want to do with my life. And that's that.
Exactly, John. You know what? And
were you still living on campus when you were training people?
Okay. So after I got my undergrad, I was living on campus, but commuted back and forth.
Sure.
When I went for my master's, I was living at home. So I lived in Edison. So yeah, I was living in Edison.
Edison, New Jersey.
Edison, New Jersey. You familiar with it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, there's this fucking great sushi place up there. All you can eat sushi.
Okay.
I think it's called the sushi. It's Edison Sushi House or whatever.
There you go. Okay.
My friends and I used to fucking drive just to go to that place. It was nuts.
Okay.
There we go. People pleasers.
People pleasers. All right. There's a story behind that, John. I'll tell you that one next.
All right.
I'll tell you that one next. So yeah, so that's what it was. So then after doing that, John, for a couple of years, it started taking a toll on me. I was working a lot of hours, getting up early, getting up like 3:00 in the morning, actually working out myself at 3 a.m. before starting my day. Yes.
Holy shit.
So it took a toll. So I actually saw an ad in the paper for a health club in Tom's River. Now I'm in Edison, John. I go, where the hell is Tom's River? Never heard of it. Obviously it was Kum Sung Karate, which is Kum Sung martial arts. They're very well known.
And what year is this?
This is now, John, is 1995.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
95. So there's a little transition. I started working out when I was 17. I was born in 70, so that tells you my age, everyone. All right. So
right.
I started doing the training in the 90s.
Right.
But I answered this ad in the paper in 1995. It was November, John, of 1995.
Wow.
1996. Answered the ad, got hired on the spot, and then KS Fitness opened in 97 of January.
Wow.
Yes. So when I got hired, though, John, they would not let me do any training there.
Why?
Because there was a fitness director that was there already that had a lot of experience. So they wanted me, John, to actually run the fitness center because it was starting from scratch.
Okay.
And they didn't have any experience.
Did that drive you kind of crazy though? Somebody with that much experience not being able to actually help, kind of go around and help people, or did you like, I'm ready for a different role?
You know what, John? Yeah, I was ready for a different role. I'm like, you know what? I wanted to take the next step, John. I wanted to do management because, like I said, the training, John, at that point, I was 26. So the training, John, I said I started getting a little tired of it because of, like I said, getting up early, doing all this, training. I was like, let me take a little break. So when they told me the position, I was actually looking forward to the new challenge.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. And they got to give that to you. I just want to point out, you said people know, people can tell your age real quick. We're gonna, yeah.
Here we go. Bring it on. But Tay, check this out.
This we go. There we go. This is his foot. This angers me in ways I cannot. Born 1970, still, it's unbelievable, dude. It's unbelievable, and that's what you're gonna do for me.
Of course.
Oh my God, that is not. You got to have days where you're like, struggling to keep yourself going. What do you do to kind of motivate yourself? I mean, we all have those down days. You know what I mean? Like, is there something you do in particular that goes, listen, I'm just going to go do my thing and I'm going to get up in the morning or whatever?
John, that's a great question. So yeah, being in this field, it's very rewarding. Okay. Rewarding to the fact, meaning like I have my clientele now, John, and we'll get into the story of how I got back into training, but my clientele ranges from, I have 12-year-olds and I have a gentleman today that's 90 years old. He still comes to the club.
Wow.
I look forward to, John, being that influence in their lives, like really helping them, whether it's just moving better, whether it's helping them achieve their goals, it's whether helping them come up with a better lifestyle fit for them as far as like, what can I do to, better my health? So I look forward to that. So every morning when I wake up, I have my little planner, I still write everything down. I have a notebook, I still use a pencil, a notebook. I write down my clients. I write down what I do. And I look before the day starts. I say, okay, here's who's coming in today. let's come up with a game plan for these people. What can I do to really, make the difference in their lives?
Mhm.
So it's kind of more of a self-motivation. I have to motivate myself to get them
Right.
motivated. But on days, where I also think the workouts I give them reflects how I feel. Like if I'm, me, I'm always ready to go, hyped up.
Yeah.
If I feel really good and on my double A game, they're going to get a workout that's going to challenge them. If I'm kind of mellow, I'm like, you know what? Didn't sleep very well, had a long night. Maybe the workout's going to be a little mellow. So I think my approach going into it definitely affects how I'm going to train them that day. So
Right.
absolutely, yes.
That's good to know, though, too, because I think it makes people who are actually working out feel a little bit better about themselves, because people probably see somebody like you or any other kind of trainer who knows what they're doing and feel like they never have days like that. Right. And again, I think I was talking to you the night where you were like, how was your night? And I was like, oh, I felt a little slow, felt a little off. And you were immediately like, it's all right. You're allowed to have those nights. You know what I mean? You did your workout, you did your time. And because it gets in your head a little bit when you're like, oh, I'm not I didn't do as good as I did the night before or whatever. And it kind of fucks with you a little bit.
It does, John. And you know what? I always say to people, remember when I told you, you have to make it, especially with exercise and working out and fitness, you have to believe you can do it. If you believe you can do it, you can. So if I ask you to do these things that you're not going to do, it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to make those changes, and it could be something small. It could be small little wins every day,
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Small little wins. That's a great way to put it.
And those old quotes, John. Remember those quotes I sent you? I mean, I put some quotes up there. And
absolutely.
You read those quotes, and sometimes you're like, you know what? I can do this. I can get through this, and it's okay. Even sometimes when I do my group classes and I'm teaching a class, and I tell them, if you want to take a break, John, just stop. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to stop.
I get the impression that you've always been this guy, even when you were 17 and going into psych. You know what I mean? Like you've always been this dude, right?
You know what? I have to say, Matei, if you're listening, Matei, answer. Type something there. It's an acknowledgement. Yeah, I think so, Johnny. I really think so. I think, I try to look at things and, like you said, I try to look at the up on things and try to be positive. And look at that. There he goes.
Biceps on Monday, tries on Tuesday.
So, but yeah, John, I think, and I was an only child. So I don't really fit the characteristics of only children,
Right. I'm the same way. Me too. Only child.
Are you really?
Yep.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
That's
and we're both
like
outgoing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we get along well. So go back. So now cut to, you said 1995. You're ready for a different transition. You're doing the the management side of it. You're a little burned out from training. How is it? So because you've been there forever at this point, right? Like that was it. What made you decide like this is where I want to be?
Okay. So the interview, John, I'll never forget the interview. The interview when I met it's Kumsung Martial Arts or KS Fitness is Kumsung Martial Arts. But the owner, when I met the owner, it was a 3-hour interview.
Holy
3
shit.
hours, John. I sat in a room with a 20th degree black belt. I'm 26 years old. I'm petrified. They're drilling me, John.
Right.
Asking me all these questions, and I was like, wow, this is really intense.
Mm-hmm.
So after the interview, the son, Charhi, who's still there.
Somebody said, remember we tell you everything you know.
Yeah, I know. Tony Conoscenti, giving love out to Tony Conoscenti. You did. So, John, after this interview of 3 hours, I remember Charhi, the son, said, thank you, Mr. Messina. We're going to give you a call back in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
He calls me back the next day, and he said, we were very impressed, and we want to hire you. So I just think, John, once I started working for them, I knew that there was – I had a good vibe, even though it was an intense interview. I had a good vibe.
Yeah,
they gave me very good vibes. And Charhi said to me, he said, "If you come work for this family, you'll never have to worry about anything." And you know what? He's a man of his word, and it is so true. I mean, the sister Hasia now. I mean, it's been a really, really great run.
They're really great people.
You know what, John? They're genuine people. They're good people. They do care, especially with this whole pandemic, John. I mean, look, health clubs were closed down. That's a whole nother topic for discussion, which never should have been shut down because they talk about us being non-essential. I mean, you know what, Johnny? To me, it's a crock of shit. I mean, we're changing people's lives. I mean, we're helping people. We're trying to make them feel better about themselves and tell someone if they're exercising for 7, 8, 9 years, guess what? Now you can't do anything.
Right.
Yeah, people have motivation; they can do stuff at home, but just that getting out and going and meeting someone, it's different, John. It's different.
And you guys were set up for the longest time. I remember doing outside stuff with you guys all the time. You guys had the back area that you used to do stuff in. You used to make people jog around the whole build. I mean, you guys were always set up for outside stuff. So it's like you were ready to go.
Yes, we were. So that's really, John, like I said, that feeling, that connection I had with them in the beginning. Oh, look at
Gibbons'
that.
best
Another one.
boss, coworker, friend for life.
Look at that. Thank you, Danielle. One of my clients.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you, Danielle. So it's yeah, John. Like I said, the connection was there, and like I said, they've been phenomenal. So I'm really glad I had the opportunity to meet them and be there that long. So
Yeah, that's incredible, man. I had no idea that. See, I remember. I think I don't. Do you remember when I started going to KS? I don't even remember, but I was like, I was still young.
I'm gonna say, maybe 4 or 5 years after we opened. I'm thinking like maybe 99, 2000.
Yeah, man.
Is that about right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Because it did seem like a new environment and stuff like that. But that's why in my brain you were just always there.
Right.
Like you're just always there. I thought you actually, like, the way you present yourself and the way you walk around that gym, I assumed you owned it. I always just thought you were the guy who owned the gym, because I don't think I even met the owners until maybe way later or whatever when I was going there. But I was like, oh, that's John, that's the owner.
Like, you know what, John? A lot of people do say that.
Yeah.
Someone's trying to get on, so I'm texting them the live links.
Yep. Yep. Take your time. Totally understand it.
Trying to get some people to Johnny P's Dystopia podcast. A lot of people thought that, John, but you know what? Like I said, I look at it like this. Like I said, when I'm there, you know, I want to be that influence. I want to make that difference. So whatever I need to do to make that difference.
Again, that's why the first person I called, I was having trouble going through the whole motion thing or whatever, trying to get myself back. Like you said, people can have their own motivation, but at some point you just fucking wait. You know, you're just petering out or whatever. And that's the point where I was like, I know exactly who to call.
Awesome.
Awesome. And that was it. So you also explain to people who don't know what an HFA is and how they're different from your everyday physical trainer.
Excellent. Okay.
You have different qualifications.
Well, yeah, the thing is, John, it's actually pretty funny you say that, because the HFA title I just came up with probably about a year ago.
Nice.
Okay. Personal training to me, is, again, my personal opinion. Right. You go to a gym, you meet a trainer, he works you out, John, right? And then guess what? You see him or her in a week? Yeah. Maybe you train twice a week. You lose that connection. All right. Yes. If Rebecca's listening, Rebecca taught me this. Rebecca Schulte, shout out to you, girl, if you're listening. You want that connection, John, right? Yeah. So as an HFA, as a health and fitness advisor, I'm going to advise people to the best of my knowledge how to live a healthy lifestyle. Right. So I go above and beyond. All right. So what I mean by above and beyond, after every workout, and John, hopefully you can account for this, I shoot him a text. Yes. Hey, how you feeling? How'd that workout go? Right. So again, trying to get feedback from the client. That's how I'm always going to get better and grow. Right. Yeah. And I like to also get other people involved. Now, I mean, other people, let's say I have a client that has some issues with back, neck, whatever, some issues. Right. I'm going to get in touch with their chiropractor if they're seeing a chiropractor. Wow. Hey, listen, so-and-so is now working with me. I'm his health and fitness advisor. Tell me, make some recommendations. What do you think? I'm going to tell you what I want to do, but you tell me what you think I should do with them. So getting other people involved, John, it really makes a big difference as well, too. Because, John, look, 30 years or 27, 28 years experience, I don't know it all. I'm trying to learn every day. I'm trying to take I'm up on the newest research. I'm taking different credits to different classes to get more credits to learn, but I don't know everything. If I can get information and someone can give me a piece of the pie that's going to help them get better, then you know what? It is what it is. And I want to do that for people. When you're younger, John, you kind of have a little ego. You're like, I know what I'm doing. I don't want, it's not about that. As you mature and as you get older, you get wiser. You get more wisdom, and like I said, John, I'm trying to be the best I can be for them. And if I have more input, that's going to help me out. It's going to give me more insight. It's going to give me more insight. So as an HFA, I also look for that avenue. And then just, I think some of the attention, it's not just a relationship where you come into the health club for an hour and you leave. It's, every couple days, or even if I don't see the client for a week, I'm still going to check in with them. Hey, how's your week going? What's going on? Anything I can do to help you out? So I think it's just going above and beyond that step of being a personal trainer. Because listen, just like any other MD, doctors, lawyers, dentists, there's great ones, there's bad ones. Dr. Federici, if you're listening, best dentist in the world. So the thing is, chiropractor, Dr. Phil, if you're listening, you're the man. You have that connection, John, where you want, like I said, you want to make them better, but you want to show them you're going out of your way. Right. Give them that extra attention. Now, again, like I said, good trainers, bad trainers, good doctors, bad doctors. What separates you? You have to have that personal touch. You have to have that go above and beyond. Let me take it to the next step. And I think as a health and fitness advisor, John, when people hear that, they're like, you know what? Wow, because anyone can be a personal trainer, and not disrespecting any personal trainers that are listening. Or if you're going to be, it's great. I mean, because personal trainers are phenomenal. You know, they're great. I just wanted to take my title and kind of reflect, John, who I am, and make it more personal.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing I think that people need to look. I think that's what most people do look for, because I've had a couple different over the years, physical trainers come in, right? And you're right, they're great. They kind of do that, but they do kind of just, basically tell you to fuck off at some point, where they're like, where you're like, oh God, I didn't realize that I was that indispensable. I was kind of looking for somebody to, keep me going or motivate me or whatever. And I feel like, we haven't been working together even that long, but I feel like you're there. You know what I mean? Like, and that keeps my brain kind of like attentive to, like, I know, like, even when I feel at times where I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to do this fucking shit. And I'm like, no, John's going to ask me tomorrow and I want to do, you know what I mean? Like, it just, I feel like with this relationship, it's going to definitely get me to the point where my brain just does it automatically. Because, and not, which is what, which I feel like everybody would need too. I love that you talk to the doctors though, too, for the chiropractor or whatever, to try to help that out. That's like above and beyond anybody else I've heard who's done that kind of shit. So that's,
and John, I'm sure there's people that do it, but like I said, I want to make sure, I have a set criteria, John. Like, I know what I want. So I know when someone comes in to see me, I want them to know, hey, listen, you know what? You're going to get the best. I'm going to do whatever I can. If I have to be up, all wee hours of the night, not your schedule, but if I have to be up, crazy hours, hey, I'm going to do what I need to do to really make sure that person gets what they need. So.
Right. And what is it? So that's the thing. My fucking schedule, dude. I know. One day one day I'm going to be on your schedule and you're gonna be like, what are you doing? What are you doing at the gym this early? Who are you? like I love it. I love it. But no, I'll get there one day. I my friends don't even understand. Like, I have a couple of my friends and I do like the Apple Watch thing where like we're all connected. So they'll be like, why are you working out at 1 a.m.? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just awake. And they're like, Jesus, fucking go to bed. I'm like, it's fine. I got a guy. He says it's fine. It's totally fine.
That's great.
We had a great conversations too about the food and stuff too. When did that come into play? I mean, was that something that you did with Sam Champion and those guys? Food was something you were always aware of, or when did that really start to interest you?
No, John, as I grew, again, once I see, back in the 90s when I was doing the training, like I said, I wish I had a quarter of the knowledge I have now. I thought back then, John, I was the king shit. Listen, I was nothing. I was nothing, But again, I got humbled and watching some great people. I mean, I don't know if you remember Karen Kyle. Karen Kyle was at KS Fit. Watching her, Dan Gallagher, who's there now. I know you have some experience with Dan.
Dan's a great guy. Dan's a great dude.
Dan, if you're watching, shout out. Like I said, I learned a lot from Dan Gallagher too. Dan over the years has taught me so much. I mean, and I tell him this all the time.
I'll tell you something about Dan. Dan used to scare the shit out of me when I used to go there when I was younger.
We're going to talk about that as well. We'll talk about that. But, over the years, John, as you start watching, like, I was always outgoing, hyper crazy. But as I mature, there is a side of me that sometimes I want to just sit back and I want to observe and I want to watch and I want to learn. Right. And I think, John, over the years of me working there, and even though I wasn't doing the training, I tried to watch what my colleagues like Karen and Dan were doing. Okay. So the food thing, though, John, believe it or not, did not come into play. I would say I really started focusing with that because I started doing training about 6 years ago. And I said, we'll touch on that later. But probably about 6 years ago was when I really put the connection of, wow, you know what? Remember that commercial, John, you are what you eat?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's so true. I mean, especially as we age, John, and get older, it is a little bit harder. So what we're putting in our body is so important. Now, as an HFA, I'm not allowed to give out diets. I can't put people on food plans, but I can counsel. Okay. I can stay within my scope and in my practice. I can talk about macros, right? Macros, John, are your carbs, proteins, and fat percentages. Okay. I can, work on my clients tracking their food and helping them make better recommendations. I can give out ideas like what's a protein, what's a fat, what's a carb. By all means, I don't want people to think, oh yeah, he's a nutritionist or he's a dietitian. No, that's not it. Yeah. I can guide and I can give guidance on food. And again, through the credits, through some of the extra classes I take to receive credits to keep my certification going, I do take a lot of classes on food nutrition. So
Yeah, I'm gonna do this one more time though, because I'm gonna tell you right now. I see a dude like this. I want to know what the fuck he's eating. That is everybody's question. That's on the like.
Keep it going.
Like seriously, you are one of those guys who like, because I've seen people in like fitness, vitamin shops or whatever the hell it is, where the only thing I want to know, I just want to be like, what are you like? I'm like trying to buy what their cereal they're picking. You know what I mean? Like I'm like watching them at restaurants and shit. Like I always want to know that, but I know that you were talking about it before, that it's different for everybody, because you were the one who told me about the blood type thing, which I had no fucking idea.
Eating for your blood type. Yeah. And John, and again, John, as an HFA, again, that's my job. I try to figure out what's going to work best for your lifestyle. Right, John? We talked about that. So that's important too. What I do and what someone else does.
Somebody climbing every mountain.
Oh, that's my cousin. What's up, Joe?
Oh, nice. We got a couple coming in, huh? We got
whey versus listening. That's what I tell you.
But that's we were talking about that too. The whey versus
whey protein versus bull type.
Yeah.
He's having trouble with the chat. All right, Cristiano's. Oh, Jesus.
All right.
So, but Johnny, right? Everyone's body is different. You're right. Yeah. So, especially when people say, "Oh, I actually had this conversation with one of my clients of the day." Mm-hmm. She went to this barbecue, John, right? And of course, John, everybody is a HFA and everyone's a personal trainer, right? So this girl is telling her, "Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, you have to do that."
Right.
Listen, it's great, but you know what, John? Again, once what we talked about before, if you're not sitting down with that person, John, and you don't know their lifestyle, don't give fucking advice.
Right.
Everyone, right, John? I mean, I did this and I lost 30 pounds. That's great. Yeah. But you know what? It may not work for her. You don't know if she's diabetic. You don't know if she has blood pressure. You don't know that stuff. So, I understand it's conversation. It's a topic. People talk about it. But that's the thing I tell my clients. I use this word. I use these 3 letters all the time. I tell them TTP. Trust the process.
Oh.
Those 3 letters are very important to all my clients. And we talk about that because, again, John, sometimes it may take me a little longer to figure out what someone really needs. I don't know. I can't, I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, take this pill, eat this food, and you're going to look like, Sylvester Stallone,
Right.
Doesn't work. It's the time, it's the grind, it's experimentation, it's trying different things.
Yeah, it's like, you ever see those dudes who go like, I ate like The Rock for a month or whatever, and they're just misshapen at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like they kind of, and then The Rock has to like tweet at them like, "Hey, way to go, buddy, you look good." But also fucking stop, because it doesn't look like you can turn your head anymore and it's awkward. Like it's always those dudes too. And it's weird too, because that's the thing. Like we had that conversation when, as soon as I got in there, you nailed it right away, because I was like, "Oh yeah, no, I cut my calories down." Like I was like, whatever. And I'm like, it started to work. And you were like, "Yeah, of course it did." Like, you lost weight in the beginning because you weren't eating enough. And then you just found out I wasn't eating enough calories.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I feel better now that I've done it.
Right. And that's something, John, again, that's something through the process. When people come to me, it's a process, and again, and props out to all my clients that are listening. John, my retention rate has been phenomenal. I mean, I have some clients for 6 years, John, that are still with me. So which is a lot. Like I said, I appreciate, whoever's listening that's out there, I really appreciate my clients showing their loyalty to me. And like I said, I'm going to stay up on things for them, and I'm going to help them, try to tell them all the new research that's out there, and really give them the best that I can give them. So.
We all want to know what you're doing to that 90-year-old man there. You keeping in the refrigerator crisper? Like, what are you doing to keep him sustained and healthy? I think I've seen that dude. He looks good.
You know what, John? He's starting to deteriorate a little bit. The pandemic definitely hurt him. He wasn't doing anything for a year and a half, but he's starting to slow down a little bit. I mean, John, 2 years ago, I should have sent you that video. I've been more impressive than me. He was doing battle ropes and kettlebell swings at 88 years old.
Wow. That's
so, and John, in the fitness industry, they talk about chronological age and they talk about fitness age.
Right.
And I see people at that club that are 60 years old, but they work out like they're 30, 40 years old. I mean, their fitness levels are so, and again, that's me with the balance and challenging. I don't know if Nick is watching, but one of my clients, he's 63 or 64, but I'll tell you, some of the workouts I put him through, John, he's able to do them, and he's progressing, and he's getting better, and he's seeing results.
Do you think that's sustainable for everybody if they start working out at a certain age and keep it going? Like, or do you think that's not always the case?
So, John, again, and what we talked about, if you believe you can do it, you can do it. Fitness, a lot of times, John, is some people are forced to do it. Their doctor says, listen, if you don't lose 30 pounds, you're going to die. So people are forced, John. So that could be fear could be a motivating factor. You know that. Sometimes fear does work.
Yeah.
But I think to make it part of your lifestyle, you have to love it. You really have to love it, John. And I try to make it fun for them. I try to challenge them. I try to keep them, on their toes. I don't like to do the same things. I mean, sometimes we have to. My clients know from moving patterns, I have to do certain things all the time to get them better. But if, like I said, if they want to be there, I'm going to be able to help them. I'm going to keep it sustainable for them. So
there's a decent percentage of it that is just mental, and it's about wanting to be there. It's about being happy that you're there.
Listen, John. I mean, listen. There's some clients, that sometimes they come in and I can tell they had a bad night. They don't want to be there, but you know what, John? As long as they're doing something, and again, that's where my psychology comes in.
Right.
As an HFA, as a health and fitness advisor, John, like you said, there could be someone that's like, you know what, that's it. We're going balls to the wall. I don't care. You got to kind of know, like I said, when to push, when to come back. Because, John, sometimes people are there just for the psychology part of it.
Right. Oh, you're getting shit on in the crowd right now.
I see that. Look at that. I see that. That's Tony Conoscenti. That's all right. Makes him feel better.
So true.
Look at that. Stop it, Ray. You're the man, Ray. So glad you're here, Ray. Ray is one of my buddies that I met actually when I was a lifeguard.
Oh shit! See that? I didn't know you fucking lifeguarded. That's awesome.
Lifeguard too, yeah.
When were you a lifeguard?
When I was 14, 15 years old. The Grand Centurions, man. Shout out to the Grand Centurions. Yes.
14, 15 dragging people out of the ocean, and then at 17. At a pool. All right. I mean, it's still pretty impressive. Whatever. Yes. You were like, were you just sitting on the bench like fucking swim it, you pussy? Just. I'm
trying to get a tan, John. The baby oil's on. I want to get a tan.
Oh, that's so great. So then take me to, you're going from managing the place to, would you say about 6 years ago is when you started training again?
Yeah. So John, what happened was we were a 16,000 square foot facility.
Right.
About 6 years ago, the owners again, Haja and Char, he approached me and said, listen, we want to downsize. We really can't compete because now, John, now you have these LA Fitnesses, Planets, Retros, all these things coming in, right? So we really couldn't compete. So we said, we're going to go.
Equipment sucks anyway.
Thank you. we were going with they said, we want to go with a different business model. We're going to downsize the club. We're going to focus on private one-on-one training. We're going to focus on small group training. We want you to go back, get all your credentials and, start. But let me backtrack. I was actually teaching a class. It was called Cross Train. So in between me training and me also doing the sales and running the gym, I did teach a class. I started that around 2001, 2002. So I was teaching a class. So I was kind of involved, but then again, that fire, John, that passion came back to want to train.
Nice.
And when they told me that idea, John, I said, perfect.
Yeah.
Because now, again, I started getting a little bored of the sales part of it. I wanted to challenge myself again. So.
Yeah. Can I tell you something? I remember now you teaching the cross training class, and when I was cut as shit, I remember you were like, come on. I did take it.
And you were cut. Give me the pictures of you. Come on, show me those pictures.
I'll find them and drag
them and put them up.
Yeah. But I remember doing that class, and I was like, I thought it was like hot shit too, because I was like, oh yeah, I could fucking do a cross training class. You fucking busted. You kicked my fucking ass in that class. Where I was like, I think two of my friends were in there, and they were girls, and they were like, because they'd been in that class with you for a while, so they like knew what to do, and I was like, dry heaving. I was like, the fuck is this? It's just, and you were just like, let's go. I remember that class, dude. I remember you had great music playing. You had the mic thing and everything. That was fucking awesome.
Hey, music. If my buddy Pablo's watching, Pablo gives me the best music out there. Nico, if you're listening to, Nico gave me some good mixes. Chucky Gookins. I mean, all these guys, man, all these people that I met through KS. Thank you for the great music. And it's a motivator, John. Music's definitely a motivator. So.
Yeah. I mean, well, see, now the thing, because I was telling you, my buddy who's normally on the show with me is the producer of the show, Tom Bannister or whatever. He's a pescatarian. Right. Okay. And he's doing that thing. He's trying to get back in. I was doing the vegetarian thing for about a year and a half, but I did notice working. I mean, they say plants have protein in them and stuff like that too, which I totally agree. I understand it works for some people. I don't know how they do it though, because I could not sustain the energy that I used to have on that kind of, I was thin. I was still kind of doing the cardio stuff or whatever, but to keep up the same level that I was doing at the gym for, I was fucking wiped out. But it works for, is that more about like what works for somebody's body individually, or do you believe like, no, we need to have this amount of protein in the meat?
John, again, and the difference, John, again, without getting too technical and
sure,
and confusing people, but plant protein lacks certain amino acids.
Okay.
Where animal protein has some of the essential. Plant stuff lacks some of the essential amino acids. So again, I feel, John, right, for everyone's lifestyle, there could be religious reasons. There could be certain reasons why they don't eat certain foods. But again,
sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It all depends on what works for them. I mean,
right.
That's what like I said, I'll take their lifestyle into consideration. John, foods they like and dislike.
Yeah.
There could be certain foods that they just don't have a taste for. And, I have to try to work around what they like and what they need. So if you're asking my personal opinion, I think the meat I like, I am a believer in meat because you do get some of the essential amino acids that your body needs. So.
Right. And what was it? There was something else that somebody was explaining to me too, because it was with, there's all this stuff that I know people take. That's another thing too, is like every time I talk to somebody, they give you the food advice, but they also give you the pills you should be taking advice too, which I appreciate. Like that was not even a discussion that I think we had because you were just like, now we're going to do this, like, just with good eating, healthy mentality about the whole thing. But there's something I tried back in the day too. Cause I was in LA, and LA is where, everyone does that kind of shit anyway. But it was something that was supposed to keep you, like, you were supposed to be able to pump longer. You know what I mean?
Was it creatine, John? Creatine?
Yeah, it was creatine. Yeah. So what's the deal with that? Because I feel like that kind of shit is like, is that something that the body doesn't produce on its own, or that you need over time? Like, what's the?
Again, see, John, my whole thing. I got to get my charger, John. My phone.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Hold on.
This is all be beautifully edited anyway. So
go upstairs and get me the charger. It's in my thing upstairs. So, Johnny, my firm belief, right? When you look at supplementation, it's called supplements for a reason, right? It's not as good as the real food. So I'm okay with sometimes, again, because one of my philosophies, John, is protein. I am a believer in getting protein because if you look at what a muscle's made of, it's made of protein and water, basically. But so I am a believer in getting enough protein also for the bones, and again, if different types of protein work for different people. But the thing with supplements is, like a protein shake, if people are lacking protein and they need to get a supplement in, I'm okay with things like that. But with creatine, thank you. With creatine, John, again, it's something that, can you do it forever? Like, are you going to stay on creatine forever? And that's my whole point, right? If it's not realistic and it's not going to be something you're going to do for life, then I feel you shouldn't do it. So I'm not a huge fan.
That's the thing that worries me the most about that kind of shit, is getting off of it. And from what I understand is you could, like you just said, you have to be on it forever, because I don't want to do that stuff. I don't want, like, I would much rather do everything naturally and try to be able to figure out how to build it and stuff. Like, again, like I don't mind doing the protein shakes. I don't mind doing that kind of shit, but like, I don't want to be popping pills for fucking ever. Oh, somebody just said, show him the pic of us. Send me the picture he sent to you, and then I'll be able to throw it up on the screen. If you want it thrown up there. If not, I won't do it.
Hold on. For Ray, I'm going to do it, Johnny. Hold on.
All right. Here we go.
I'm going to send it to you, buddy. Hold on.
All right, let's do this.
This is great. Oh, Rebecca heard the shout out. Yes, Rebecca.
And Marissa AD 1180 says pre-workout.
Oh, Marissa takes my small group class. Marissa, yes, she likes her pre-workout. Listen, Marissa, I'm okay with that. It keeps you coming to my class nice and early in the morning. Keep drinking it. All right, John, that picture's coming. Hold on, Ray.
All right, let's get it up there.
Oh my God, I think Ray wants to see that physique too. That's what I think Ray wants to get some shout outs too.
Oh, so we gotta get, as soon as I throw it up there, you gotta tell me.
The pink. Oh my God, wait to see.
You gotta fucking tell me the year we got going on here.
In the 90s, he's killing me.
That is fucking great. This is a 90s photo, dude.
John, look at the color shorts.
This is. Holy fucking shit, man. That is absolutely hilarious. Let's get that fucking in here.
Ray, here we go, Ray.
Let's get it in here. Let's do this.
John, this is great. This is hysterical.
That is too fucking funny. Hang on. I'm going to get them right.
And I want a picture of you, John. Don't forget your picture.
Oh, yeah. I found it. So I'll throw that up.
You better. You better.
That's fucking great.
Oh, Ray, you're crazy.
Oh my God, that is
now, John. If your producer was here,
he'd be fucking
right, John.
Yep, he would be making so much. I'm telling you, he's passed out in his hotel, dick in hand, just fucking making my life harder. No pun intended. God, yeah, that is fucking hilarious though. Oh my God, I'm gonna get that up here right away. Let's see, save to downloads. There we go. Here.
All right, Ray.
All right, we're getting it up there right now.
Oh my God, that's classic.
That's fun. Who is it? So now who is Ray?
So Ray's the buddy I met when I was actually at the Grand Centurions as a lifeguard. He actually there was another lifeguard, Joe Ferris. I don't know if you're watching, but Joe, oh, look at that.
Look at this. How freaking hilarious. Hang on, we're gonna isolate this thing. Boom.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh my God. That's pretty funny.
Oh, that is
that's funny, right?
Yeah, that is funny.
Thanks,
great.
Ray.
So that's nice. So were you still you're still training
in the 90s? This is when I actually started, John. This is when I was probably
shit.
Ray. If Ray's there, Ray can shoot me a text. I think that was our Cancun. I think it was our Cancun picture. We went to Cancun together.
All right, and this is back. This is when
That's
I was
in the 90s.
ridiculously good shape when you kicked my ass.
Look, there you go. Look at that. That's what I want to see.
That was back in the day.
Yes.
That's a fucking
yes.
And look at me now.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna get you back. Buddy, don't worry.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. What is your for you? What's your workout like? Are you doing like, because people want to know you're incredibly good shape or whatever. You got to split your time between working other people out at the gym and then also making sure yourself gets worked out. Are you doing it like on days that you're working other people out? Are you taking time for yourself? Or do you doing it on your own time? Like, how does that work for you?
All right. So, I mean, the thing is, John, when I'm there, like I said, I'm trying to devote my time and all my energy into the clients. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I do get a little bit of workout here and there. I'll throw on, I'll do a couple things in the gym, but nothing that's structured. But on the weekends, definitely on the weekends, if I have some time to myself, I have, some stuff upstairs that I'll use. And, sometimes in the morning before I actually go to work, I'll put together a little like 20, 30-minute circuit.
Right.
Sometimes I'll put together, like when I do teach my group classes, I may experiment with some workouts like in the gym when I'm there, because I teach a small group class 6 times a week. Oh, so wow. What I'll do, I teach 3 on Monday, 2 on Wednesday, and 1 on Saturday. So in between, I'll use that room to kind of experiment, try different things. So, it's not as structured, John, as I like it to be. But
do you consider that cardio?
The workouts I do, John, the small group training classes are mostly strength, but we use different apparatus. Like I use with you, John, the TRX, the gravity,
right.
the rowing machine. So no, it's mostly considered strength training. I do like what you do. I do like, taking rides on my bicycle outside, but it hasn't been as structured as I like it to be.
Right.
Again, John, the mentality as I, get busier and busier and get more clients, the focus is on them. So I'll try to do something at least 3-4 times a week. I mean, that's awesome. Do, so, yep.
And then what do you do?
And the things I'm teaching you, like time under tension, different types of thing, right? You felt that. I know you love those lunges, baby. So
those fucking lunges, dude. I don't think I've ever cursed anybody out so much that wasn't in the room with me. I was doing those lunges. It's hilarious because you would think that any normal person would be like, oh, he's not here, I'm not gonna fucking do them. But I know you're in my head, so I'm just like, oh, he's gonna fucking ask. So yeah, I'm just doing those. We got another poster. Ray's talking about Cancun.
What's it? Cancun, baby. There you go, Ray.
Wait a minute. We got
to make a reappearance. We're going to take John with us this time.
I got to know what the story behind this is.
Okay. So when I was in college, I'm going to tell you, it's coming. So, John, when I was in college, as I was also doing my training, as I was getting my training, starting to kick it off the ground, I worked for a company called People Pleasers. Okay.
Oh, wow.
It sounds like a nice.
I was gonna say, what did you work for again? This is the X-rated part of the show.
So, John, I actually dressed up in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle costumes, Mickey Mouse, Winnie the Pooh. John, with this voice, John Mattei always used to make fun of me and said, "You didn't scare the kids away with that voice. How can Mickey Mouse be in a voice like that?"
That's
John,
fucking hilarious.
John, it was funny. Like I said, it was great money.
Were you ever just like, let me tell you about the streets, kids?
So that's the story behind People Pleasers. So I actually worked for a company called People Pleasers where I went to kids' birthday parties dressed up in costume, John. So
nice.
The things we do, right, Johnny?
Yeah. So that's basically the only 2 things you wanted to do. You want to be a psychologist. You were going to school for psychology, and then physical training, and that was it. Because you had a little baseball love going on there for a while too. Did you have dreams of being like a professional player? You
know what, John? I don't know about professional, but I still currently coach 2 teams. I do have 2 travel baseball teams.
When do you have
come
time?
on, remember that job? Remember the thing you did for us?
Yes, that's right.
Remember that, buddy?
Oh, dude, I got fucking hammered.
Remember that night? Remember that?
Dude, the best was that was literally I think the drunkest I've ever been on stage, because you guys kept buying me drinks when I was doing the auction, and then at one point I think I just started giving the prizes away to
shit away, like speed this up.
I was like, all right, I like your face. You get this Mickey Mantle sign thing. And people were like, no. And I was like, no, fuck you. That was hilarious. I forgot about that.
So I do still coach. And the thing is, John, I had a chance to play high school ball. I did have a chance. There were some scouts that were looking at me, but I didn't have the passion and love I thought I did for it because my coach tried to make me become an outfielder. I wasn't an outfielder. Another story. But no, never dreams of MLB. I mean, I think kids do have dreams of being MLB players, but I knew I loved playing. I told you, that's how I started. I was a baseball player. So I just loved playing the game, but never probably MLB. But it is what it is. But
yeah. No, that's awesome, man. And so, So wait a minute. So you're coaching stuff. You're working people out. You got the classes that you're doing 6 days a week. You got a family. You got a wife. You got kids, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And when are you gonna fucking stop showing off? Because the rest of it, I'm not doing a half of that shit. I'm tired right now. Like I'm hearing the list of shit that you do is exhausting. But yeah. Do you get when do you get time? Johnny, when do you get downtime? Do you like downtime, or does that drive you crazy?
Yeah, John, great question. So yes, I know I mentally need it. But yeah, sometimes when I'm just sitting, I'm like, you know what? I really need to do something.
Wow.
I should be researching, I should be texting John going, John, what are you doing? Right. Something. No, but the downtime is definitely good. And the one thing that when I started working, John, for the company, we were doing 6 days a week, 8 to 8. Now, John, in the beginning, I was commuting from Medicine.
Wow.
From Tom's River. Working.
Wow, you didn't move right away?
Yeah, I did not, John. I know until I met my wife, I actually did not. I was here. I was commuting for the first 6 years, John.
Where'd you meet your wife? Did you meet your wife in Tom's River?
At KS.
No. Come on. We almost made it through the whole thing without that love story.
KS, Johnny. KS. We can talk about that if we have time at the end.
Yeah.
KS. But I was commuting.
We'll talk about my wife later.
Right. Exactly.
This is my time.
John, you're on the spotlight. You're the spotlight now. So I was commuting for 6 years.
Right.
And working 8 to 8. It was just instilled. I always, had a decent work ethic. I always I enjoy, like I said, I always say I don't want to retire. I want to hopefully do this. I want to be better than Jack LaLanne. I want to be better.
Wow. Nice.
You know what, John? Because again, I just want to make that difference. And the funny thing is, John, too, even to this day, I still think some people look at the fitness industry or the fitness careers as get a real job. You know what, John? And then it has that stereotype.
As a comedian, I can relate.
Thank you. Exactly. But you're a damn good one, though. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
And the thing is, John, to me, that's not everything. That stuff to me, John, like I said, if I can be that someone for somebody and help them, John, when people come to me, I literally still get chills when someone says, John, you know what? 3 months ago, I couldn't even touch my toes. Or John, 3 months ago, I couldn't wear these pair of pants. Like John, those little things to me, that's what keeps me going.
Nice.
That's what keeps me going.
And now we're going to get into the serious shit. So talk to me about your love of, because you love Rocky. You got the photo behind the desk. And I'm assuming he's also Stallone is a bit of an inspiration in your life and stuff like that. So just talk to me a little bit about that.
So, John, when I first watched that movie, right, come on. How do you not want to work out after watching Rocky?
That's yeah.
Especially how do you not want to try those one-handed push-ups? Go take a log, put it over your neck. Right? How do you not want to do that? Okay.
Right.
So after watching that, John, he was a big inspiration. Just the whole story, John, of an underdog. Look at how he meets his wife, Paulie's sister, an average woman, right, John? Not this beautiful blonde bombshell.
Right.
Just someone, an average Joe Schmo. They kind of connect. She works in a pet store. He's trying to make it as a fighter. That whole thing, John, just clicked in my head. Right. And as he matured, John, and as Rocky went on, you see how he transformed his body in Rocky 1 compared to Rocky 3, John.
Yeah.
We're not going to say what he did because I'm sure he did some things that, I don't have access to. But anyway, the thing, John, to me was the whole story of how he was able to, again, overcome the odds. Right. And here's a guy who gets a shot, and was able to make something out of it. So, yeah, I can pretty much say almost any line of any Rocky movie. That's one of my things. If Matei is watching, if my college roommate's watching, they know it's it's
still watching.
Jeff, if you're watching, I can call you out of work for you. That's a funny story, John.
Wait, is it Chiefs? Okay, yeah.
John, I actually called out of work one day, and I told him my car broke down. It never did.
Oh.
So people please are sorry.
Somebody said, which Rocky was your favorite?
Oh, Ray, he knows. It has to be Rocky 3.
Rocky
It has
3?
to be with
Why
Clubber
Rocky 3?
Lang.
Yeah,
Oh, John, with Clubber Lang. And let me tell you, I still to this day, John, get cheered up when Mickey dies.
Oh, dude, that's fucking brutal.
That
I feel you,
scene
man.
when Mickey dies, I still, when I watch it, I'm like, it's just the way. I know the Champ. Remember the movie The Champ, John?
Yeah, of course.
That when the Champ dies, I mean, Ricky Schroeder, that whole, but the Rocky thing, I don't know what it is. But Rocky 3.
Yeah, Rocky. It's like his father figure. You know what I mean? That's like the guy that's been there for him the whole time. Yeah, it can't not hit you. Somebody said Rocky 4 is Rocky 3 is their favorite. Rocky 4 is the best training.
Right, it is. That training montage when he is in Russia and he's mimicking everything that, right, John? When he's outside and using the hills and the snow and he's inside and that ab exercise, John. Remember when his feet are like in the air and he's hanging.
I know.
We're gonna do those on Friday. Get ready.
I was like in my head, like, oh, don't fucking make me do that shit. I'll try it. I'll try it. It's fine by me. Yeah,
inspiration. So
it is. So I got a tough question for you.
Let's go. Come on.
Better with fitness, is it Schwarzenegger or Stallone? Do you think? If you had to pick,
John, my personal,
putting Rocky aside,
okay,
Sylvester Stallone or Schwarzenegger.
All right. Schwarzenegger by far when it comes to bodybuilding and knowledge and knowing the body, John, absolutely yes. As far as physique and what I like, I mean, Sylvester Stallone to me.
Oh yeah,
that's just
right.
He's lean. And look, you see him today at 76 years old. The guy is still phenomenal.
Dude, I don't know how. I mean, again, he must have either he's got access stuff or whatever. But like that's like I don't know what that is. Is muscle? Do you think muscle memory is a thing, or is that bullshit?
John, as we age, your body produces less testosterone, John, so it's harder to keep the muscle mass. But it does. I mean, again, movement, John, movement. As long as you're moving, the muscle's going to remember. I mean, can it remember like it did 20 years ago? I mean, that's the question.
Both did.
Right.
Fuck it. Did you see? There's this video online the other day, a Dick Van Dyke.
Okay.
And he's 95, I think, 94, 95 years old, and he's cycling on a whatever, and he's doing whatever, and then he's on his back and he's doing these ab things with his legs, swinging his legs back and forth, and he's like, and he's talking as he's doing it. He's like, it's all about the core, and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy still doing this shit? But it's amazing, man. It keeps you, and when I was in my 20s, man, I didn't understand anybody, and I'm not trying to put anybody down or anything like that, but I was like, there's no, because when I started working out, I was not like, I was always a skinny kid or whatever, but I didn't understand that working out made you feel good. I didn't understand the importance of it. But I just started doing it for myself because I ran track in high school and I liked running, but I wasn't doing the muscle. I wasn't like working out in a gym. I was just running, man, fucking hauling ass, doing sprinting and long distance shit all the time, which is why my leg is probably fucked up and stiff. Also never stretched, by the way, because I thought you said you were hot shit in the 90s. I didn't think I had to stretch when I was running. I was like, boom, out the fucking door. Never fucking stretched like an idiot. But then I started working out and stuff like that. And I was like, in my entire 20s, I was just like, I don't understand the excuse of not moving and not getting as fit as you possibly can when you can, because that's, I just felt like that was the best. I felt the best then. And I think you said I could still, you were like, we're going to get you feeling even better than you did then. And I was like, holy fuck, that would be amazing.
John, that is a great point, because you're right. There is more to fitness than like we talked about, right? Just going into the gym and pumping weights. It's that feeling of confidence. My younger kids, John, the 12, 13-year-olds that I train, it's a matter of confidence. You can see when they come in, they're feeling better about themselves, better about their body, feel more comfortable with their body, and it's a good feeling when when those endorphins that get released when you work out, man, you just feel so much better, handle life better, John, stress, life situations that come at you. It's just it is experience.
It's calming and all that other stuff too. So wait a minute, hang on a second. Let's do the we gotta get this story out there, because now somebody said something about the Jeep. What was the Jeep story?
Remember I told you that, John? Remember I called out of work?
Oh yeah, you said you called out of work. That's right. I thought there was more to it than you just called out of work, but
Jeep that's it. The Jeep's not running. That was it, buddy.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like your Jeep actually broke down.
No. I told a fib there. Told a fib. But the thing is, John, like you said, there's so many other benefits. And you know what, John? I think in the 20s and 30s, that's our mentality, though.
I know.
You're invincible. You're invincible at that age,
dude. I never I just remembered barely sleeping. I remember going to the gym and all. I used to go to the gym because I had a part-time job. I used to work at the library, but I used to do stand-up all the time on the weekends or on the days of the week. I used to go to the library and I used to take my lunch period, go to the gym, work out, come back, go back home, bike for fucking 15 miles, come back, go back out. Like there was just, I never wanted to stop moving.
Right.
And then, and now I sit in a chair.
Right.
So there,
we got you moving. Come on, now. Give yourself some credit.
No, you're right. No, you're right. We're moving and stuff. So tell me about how because you met your wife at the gym. Was she working out? Was she just like what?
Came in as a guest. Came in as a guest. One day. Yes, sir. Took her blood pressure, and that's all she wrote.
Oh, look at that! Beautiful,
look at that, right?
Amazing. Do you get to work out with your kids and stuff?
You know what, John? They are into it. Yes, they started actually coming to get you now. And the one thing, I have a 17-year-old, John, and I have a 13-year-old. And the thing is, you know what? I'm trying to teach them the right way of how to exercise. Because again, John, when you're that young, you go into high school, you're in the high school gym, it's all about pushing weight. But hopefully I instilled in them that it's about form, technique. And, you know, again, it's a hard age to really drill that point across. But yeah, they're into it. My wife has more discipline than me, John. 4:30 every morning.
No,
John, you're just getting
I was just going to say, yes. I know.
He's getting up and she's working out at 4:30. She has some tapes at home that she does. She is dedicated. I mean, you know what? And listen, John, it's a big plus when she feels the same way I do. She's into healthy eating. You know, we cook healthy. We meal prep. John, this is how, again, and I tell my clients, you know, I don't want them to be, you know, the mind frame I'm in. But John, every Sunday we meal prep. And we know what we're eating the whole week, John. I can tell you what I'm eating, what day, and what time. So
I can't tell you how much that does help. Like if I'm like, you know, I love the foods that I have or whatever, but if I have somebody go to me, or when I used to do it for myself too, because I would do, you know, Monday through Saturday, I knew what I was going to eat every day. Didn't matter because, you know, I had the schedule set up. And then Sunday was the fucking cheat day, right? Because that's what they tell you. So,
and the new research, John says you can't do that. That's the new research, by the way.
Yeah, that's
right. Cheat days. You know what they're saying now, John? Incorporate it into your life every day, not in moderation. If you want the piece of pizza, have it. You want ice cream, but you know that's the new research.
Which makes sense because the cheat day on the Sunday would be like from the minute I woke up, it would be like I'm gonna eat this bag of M&Ms, then I'm gonna have a piece, then I'm gonna have pizza, then I'm gonna have. It was like a literal fucking cheat day where it's like the whole day, and I'm like, God damn, none of this is working. I don't know why. Like because there's one day a week where you're just eating all your calories back.
Exactly. I just sent you, John. John, sure. I think you love this one too, buddy. Remember, John, you know I'm big on quotes, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I love reading quotes. I just sent you this one. I think you love this one too. Let me know if you like this one.
Yeah.
Put it up there.
I will put it. I'm going to put it up there right now. Which good segue though, because I want to know what is your like your cheat? What do you eat that like is your guilty pleasure? You only let yourself have like, you know, whatever. What is it? What's your week?
But John, I'm excited. I'm going to practice what I preach. I pretty much in moderation, John. Like, you know, tonight, my son's birthday was Monday. If I want to have a cupcake, thank you, sir. If I want to have a cupcake and there's one left, I usually do, John. I try to balance. Balance.
That's good.
You know, and John, it's very hard for me with my work schedule because I'm with clients. John, I'm Italian.
Right.
I like to eat.
Yep, I know, man. I hear you.
So, John, it's hard when I'm at work because if I'm on the hour every hour, it's hard to really eat. So I kind of pick and snack. So that's my downtime at nighttime to really enjoy and eat. So put that quote up if we have it.
I'm putting it up right now.
There it is. There's the quote.
Wait, hold up.
Look at that. Yes.
Wait.
Motivation right there.
I know that's not. I'm trying to switch from the two.
John, you love this one, right?
Yes.
Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. And look where it says small efforts, John, right? You don't have to, John, anything, when people say the word diet, the first three letters in the word diet are what? Die. There's no such thing as a diet. It's about food choices. What kind of food choices are you going to make that day?
Right.
And you can do something, John, and you do something small, but you do it continuously, John. That's when you start seeing success.
And that's the thing too. That's another thing you told me, you reminded me of too, is that this stuff takes time. It's not going to happen in a week. You know, it's not going to happen immediately. It's about what you put into it and how much you're willing to put into it and how long. And that's the end game too. The end game is just to feel better, feel healthy. When you do fall off the wagon, right? When somebody does fall off the wagon, or like, do you recommend, like, let's say I have a bowl of ice cream and I normally don't. Do you recommend going harder that day than you normally do?
Okay. No,
Or
ready,
no?
John? We talked about quotes, right?
Right.
So here it comes.
All
Hold
right,
on.
here comes another one. Let's do
Here
it.
it comes, John. So someone tells me that stuff, right? Again,
Yeah.
John, I'm very big on quotes. Let me find it for you.
Yeah.
No, John, again, I will figure out, John, I will look at why they did it. There's a psychologist in me, John. Why?
Yeah.
What caused it? Did you not get enough sleep?
Right.
Is that why you were craving? Did you
Right.
not eat enough the day before, John? Like, see, I look at the deeper meaning, why they did it.
That
So
makes sense.
no, check this one out here. See if you like this one.
All right, let's do it.
Check that one, buddy. And I'm going to give you one more as well, too.
Awesome.
And this is, John, this is what I do. If my clients are listening right now, this is what I will do. I will just send them a quote and say, you know what? And this one I like too, John.
Yeah.
Put those up, and then we'll
get those up there.
Yes, sir. Again, if your producer was there, John, we wouldn't have these issues.
I know. And then we would just be. He just sent me a photo of him on set, like we're still fucking on set.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. He really wanted to talk to you, dude. He's like he's bummed he missed.
That's right. We can talk after.
Yeah. We'll get him fucking going.
Yep.
Let's see.
So this is what will happen, John. So if a client comes to me, and I'll ask him, John. I'll say, what happened? Were you stressed at work? Did you have a bad night? Did you have a fight with your spouse? Did you have a stressful day at work? Because John, there's always those triggers. There's always those triggers that have why people do certain things. There's reasons. So I like to kind of indulge and find out a little more and dig deep and find out what's going on with them. So
that's a good point. Yeah,
bring it out right there.
One great one. One bad meal doesn't have to turn into a bad day. One bad day doesn't have to turn into a bad week. You're never more than one choice away from being back on track. Love that. That's a
John. Do the next one too, buddy. Right? I mean, John, simple, right? Though, John.
Yeah.
Read that one. Go ahead.
Yep. Getting off track of a fitness plan is basically a fact of life for most people. You go on vacations, have busier periods at work and other life stuff. How to get back into it. If you're confused, start with small wins. A quick workout, a good meal, anything just
John, here's that word again, John. Small wins, right?
Yep.
What was he saying about the success? Small effort. See, John, it all kind of ties. And
yeah.
John, you know what? Sometimes, I'm not going to lecture. And I tell people, John, my clients, listen, I'm never going to judge. That's not what we're here for. I'm here to educate and to advise, right? HFA, advise. But sometimes a quote like that says it all, John, right? It says it all.
Yep, absolutely, man. Dude, it's been an hour. I got to ask you our final. This is we ask every guest we've ever had. We've asked Ed Asner, Ed Begley Jr., Art Alexakis, everybody. I'm going to ask you, if you can go back in time, give your younger self, one piece of advice that would help you now, what would it be?
One piece of advice that would help me.
Yep. Something that you know now that your younger self didn't.
TTP. Trust the process.
Oh, nice. Good way to tie it in. Beautiful.
Hey, great, John, man. Pleasure. Listen, like I said, John, I appreciate the opportunity of being on your show. It's great. I appreciate the opportunity of having you, as my client. I look forward to a lot of great things. And like I said, John, it was a pleasure. And if you need me again in the future, I'll be more than happy to come on. But thank you again, everyone that listened, any clients of mine, anyone again that's been with me, I appreciate it. Make sure you check out John's podcast. John, give him the invite, give him the website so they know we can follow you. John's great. Like I said, I've known John. John has done some work for me. He's done a charity event for my travel baseball. He's a great guy. And like I said, I'm just glad that I had a chance to be on the show and follow him, man. It's good stuff.
Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, my website is johnpoveromo.net for anybody watching, and you can contact me on there at my email address is just my name @gmail.com, and Instagram. It's all my name. It's just John Poveromo. Thanks everybody for tuning in, for commenting. Let's see if we have any more,
John. And one more thing too. I'm also on Facebook. I'm on Eminence Front. Yes, the little hood.
I don't know that one. Oh,
sunshines. And people forget. And I'm gonna give you a Rocky line, John, before we go too.
All right,
I'm on in Facebook. I have a group. It's called the Awesome TTP. Trust the process. That's right. I love it.
Got another one.
Want my cheese? Matei's crazy. Wait till I call him later. I'm on Facebook. I have a group called the Fitness Fanatics.
Nice.
Right? It talks about some of my spotlight clients. John's going to be a spotlight client soon. But I just give some fitness advice. So go to the Fitness Fanatics. I'm also on Instagram, ksfitnesscenter.com. You want to check out the website if you do want to check it out. And the Rocky line I'm going to leave you with is, I don't know if I should do one from Rocky 3. You, John, tell me, what was your favorite Rocky?
I gotta go with Rocky 3 too.
All right. Do you have any certain scenes that you like? I'm going to give you.
Hit me with yours. This is about you, so we'll do yours.
Right. After Mickey dies,
remember Apollo
wants to actually help Rocky, right? Change
Yeah,
his
yeah.
time, right? So Rocky's all down in the dumps. Apollo walks into that gym.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Rocky's all aggravated. He
Yep.
hits the bag real hard, and all of a sudden you hear, "That's not the way to hit it. Why don't you hit it straight on?" Apollo? Right.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Business. So,
nice.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Rocky,
yeah, that's great.
Again, John, thank you.
Yep,
Everyone
thanks.
that watched and came out to support, again, thank you very much. Any questions? Like I said, you got my Facebook, Fitness Fanatic, Instagram, Monkey Crow, all about sunshine and rain. That is true. And not about how hard you get hit. It's how hard. Wait, no, it is not about how hard you get hit. Let's see. He's going to give it to me. Hold on. Ray.
Yeah, he'll give it to you.
He'll give it to me. I'm drawing a blank on that one. That's not a Rocky. Yeah, it is a Rocky line. That's the newer one. I like the older ones better. So,
I know. I do too.
Right, Johnny?
I saw that. Yeah,
I mean, Creed was good. Creed was good, but
Creed was good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't. You know. I mean, everybody's got nostalgia for the original.
Exactly.
Anyway, either way.
I agree.
And you know what's crazy? I loved his story about how he got the movie made in the first place too. I love that the story of making that movie was also an underdog story. And that he sold his dog, got his dog. I mean, the whole thing. Yeah, fucking.
And John, you know that lisp he has on his lip? That little, like, okay. Do you know what that's from, actually?
No.
When he was born, they used forceps. The doctor used forceps to try to pull him out, and they got his lip.
Shit.
Yes, that's why he has that. Yep. So, Rocky, hey, Sylvester, if you're watching, come on.
I didn't know that. Holy shit. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, we're going to put all your stuff with. So this is every episode that gets posted the following week on the YouTube channel. Guys, you can follow it on youtube.com/Dystopia Tonight with John Poveromo. Also goes on to Apple Podcasts. I will put all of your social and the Fitness Fanatic stuff right in the bio.
John.
Yep. So
all right, before you leave, John, give us the picture of you and then give us the picture of the Ray Cancun and the picture of me at 51. Let's see it.
All right. Wait,
let's see
it. Now you're making me work. All right, let me see it. We're gonna
that producer.
Yeah, we're gonna pull it all up right now. Let's do this shit. All right,
great.
here's
Thanks
gonna
again,
be
Johnny.
Oh, dude, no problem at all, man. We're gonna pull it up.
Look
right
forward
now.
to it. Text me your numbers later.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I know. I'm going. Like I said, I'm going at midnight. All right, here we go. Here's me.
Here we go, guys. Look at that, Johnny B.
Oh, there
Johnny
we go. There we go. That's it.
Love
That's
it.
the good shit. Here
Love
we go.
it.
And here's you. Here's you. Boom.
Oh, Ray and the kid. But now, hey, listen. That was me, right? I'm looking at the 51. I'll tell you, I think I like myself at 51 better. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Let's do the 51. All right, here we go.
Comparison.
Here we go.
Look at that.
Here we go. Boom.
I like it better at 51. I'm not as tan. I'm not as tan.
You can always get tan. You're Italian. You can get tan under a light bulb.
Let's see. Let's see it. I love it.
There you go, man.
Johnny, you're the best.
Dude, fucking thank you so much for coming on, man. I knew this was going to be fun doing it with you because, we have a good time together
we do.
Always. So
awesome. Yep. Johnny, have a great night. Enjoy. Like I said, text me those numbers and I will see you Friday.
Will do. Take care, man. Peace.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Dystopia Tonight.